It's Cake.
And Whimsy. And we're talking quietly because we're in a chapel.
At Mount Auburn Cemetery in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
One of the best places you will ever take a good fall walk. And someplace that Jess introduced me to many, many years ago, and that we try to make a pilgrimage to every year. One of the best parts about not working Renaissance fairs anymore is we have our falls available to pack with as many activities as we want.
Also, happy birthday, Dan.
Oh no! I am celebrating my 50th birthday in a cemetery. I have grave concerns about this.
Oh.
This cemetery is different because it is also, as we split, an arboretum, where they try to preserve as many of the different plant and tree styles as they possibly can, and we're going to see a lot of that. It's particularly beautiful in the fall when the colors all change.
How many cemeteries do you know that look like this?
Right? Look at this. Fountains, and you can already see the arboretum type activities here with all the different style trees and plants.
And now I like this part because it looks like a little cul-de-sac neighborhood of crypts.
It does. We're just wandering around the neighborhood.
La, 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 la.
Don't mind us dead people.
One way, do not enter. I assume that means for cars, not...
I think so too. But they also have a wide variety of ages for the graves in this area, in all this grave area. Ooh. Look at that up there though. We're gonna get a better picture of that later probably, but that is a really fun chapel.
There's actually a sphinx in front of it too.
A sphinx,
Spoiler
you
alert.
say? Oh my gosh, what will we do for the rest of the video now? This guy is pretty busy.
A little bit.
I like the...
A lot of people.
I kind of like the doors that have the rivets and stuff inside of them.
Medieval flail. Medieval flail.
Like they're really trying hard to make sure that nothing gets out.
I like that those people look like they wanted their privacy.
Those little four up there, you mean? Yep. Like, put me behind a wall somewhere. I only want my family to find me. But that's a really cool example of the levels. Oh, I remember that big one up there with the rock that basically just looks like a giant rock that's covered in ivy.
That's one of them. They have a few like that here, which I appreciate.
That's very cozy. Should we try to see how many ancient symbols we can find, and like masonry symbols and... Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this one. Right over here. I don't even know exactly what that is. It looks like a cloak and a pith helmet with a little sword. Let's see. It says, "Cod for my leadership, for my leader, my sword for my companion." That is pretty cool. That might be one of the more powerful statements I've seen around here.
By the way...
Oh! She has an accessory today, a Spartan accessory.
We're trying out a back brace. So I've been having some back problems lately, and with an impending trip to Disney only a couple of months away, we're trying to figure out how to make it so that I can walk further.
Very smart. So we are at the tower, at the top of a bit of a little hill here called Mountain Drive, I guess. And I'm gonna climb to the top and leave Jess down so she doesn't ruin her back on all of these stairs. Yep. There it is. All right, let's see how this goes. It's very dark still though. Whoosh, around and around you go. See, whenever I see stairs like this, I think of the difficulty in fighting your way up the stairs against defenders. This is the fake end. This is the place for quitters. So there's Jess way down there. I am so nervous, both because I am afraid of heights and because I love this camera and don't want to drop it. But it's pretty far down. But yet, we are not at the top. We still have another level to go. We got this. All right. Success. Woo. I'll bet some idiot in the past has climbed out on that and just walked around. I'm nervous even putting my camera around there. Now, if I was a real Bostonite, I would be able to tell you all of the landmarks I'm showing you here. But I can't, so I won't. But it is beautiful. Look at this view though. We're back again at the bottom, but right between those two pillars, right over the top of my car, and there's your city right there.
And there's all these fun paths like this that just go into weird random places. As a result, you never see everything. I've been here so many times and I haven't come close to even seeing all of this. Now this stone and I have a long history. I fell in love with it my very first time here, and every time I've been back I make sure to get a nice picture of it. That looks like a very crowded hill. Considering the amount of space here, it probably doesn't need to be, but I'm guessing it's all one family.
I mean, it's right under the tower, so maybe that's prime real estate. This is one of the ones I think is pretty cool too. It's very worn and weathered, but still has that casually kind of thrown up kind of look.
I love the different paths that they have here. Mortimer, that's a good name, Dan.
A very good old-timey name.
Oh, there's another Mortimer behind him.
Oh, it's a family full of Mortimers.
Nice.
Hey, look at the great Celtic cross right next to it.
Are they basketball playing crosses?
Yes. Hey, look at the face on that tree right there. It looks like we stumbled into the Godswood.
That's a huge nostril.
Right?
This is one of Dan's favorite trees here. It looks like a little tent or shelter of some sort.
I call it the Seven Sisters, and I'll show you why. If we come right inside of here, it looks like there's 7 little individual little sisters on the same trunk, and they're all dancing. And I don't know. I like it a lot.
It's Dan's playhouse.
This is my playhouse.
It should also be noted that we came from that direction. There's a tower over there somewhere, and even though it is incredibly high, you would think you could see everything, or from anywhere in the park you could see it, the graveyard, not park. You can't. As soon as you get off that hill, it's pretty much invisible the rest of the time. From a distance, I 100% thought this said Paladin. This is an interesting little series here. This one sort of reminds me of an old, like, makeup powder box that you would have sitting on your vanity.
This seems like a beginning to the zombie apocalypse. Until the day break. That is perfect, simple, and beautiful. And we've made it to the pond, one of our favorite spots. There's a great heron that hangs out around here somewhere.
Let's be real, it's a pretty good heron.
What a great name. And with a guest appearance from Coffee.
Please be magnanimous in your treatment of the peasants.
Burn them! Burn them all!
Ah, excellent, excellent. Yep, you earned that throne.
Also, the tattoos have worn thin on my peasant skin boots. Fetch another peasant.
Okay, this is just kind of like the walking through in a really ancient forest a little bit here, but you've got all the cover of the trees and you're walking through arches and super cool. And how about that one?
Not entirely sure which mountain this is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be a mountain at all, but it's intriguing. And another stone I haven't seen. So this is the area where they put all of the people who were cremated, so that would be called a mausoleum still? I don't know.
We'll go with mausoleum, why not?
Anyone?
It's called a columbarium.
So you call them and bury them?
Yep.
All right, good to know.
Those are neat. I really love the stone crosses with the Celtic designs. Probably one of the more notable ones in this whole place. It's like a pink quartz. The whole thing. Now that is a way to say I love you even though you're gone. Choose the correct book. You may choose one book only.
One book always lies, and the other book always tells the truth.
That is an amazing fence.
Look at that. Thistle, axes.
Just like towers on the corners.
I feel like somebody Scottish is buried here. Let's see.
Scots Charitable Society.
Scots Charitable Society. We're back. This doesn't look like the graveyard.
He escaped the graveyard.
I did. I had to play a series of games with the Grim Reaper, and in the end, I was able to escape.
So that was fun, and that is Mount Auburn. We only got to get to less than half of it, honestly. Yeah. And that took us 2 hours to go through less than half of it. So we'll be going back again probably next year to get the other side.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a great walk. If you're in the area at all, one of the New England folks, this is a great day trip to just walk through and stuff. I know it sounds weird to go visit a cemetery for a day trip, but you will not regret the time. It is, I mean, maybe not for a bunch of kids, but if you're an adult who likes walking around.
I don't know, I used to go to graveyards as a kid.
I think there's a respect level that you'd have to make sure your kids maintained, you know, not running up and jumping on top of all the gravestones and that sort of stuff, but you know.
We'll put the link down below in the description so you can get all the information to go check it out yourself. And it's a nice free activity.
Yeah, and if you want, there's a $1 charge if you want to buy a map that tells you where everyone famous is buried there. There's about 150 really famous people that are buried there. And also kind of helps you see what you've missed, essentially. it was a lot of fun. One of the things that I wish we had seen, and I know we were close to it, but I just couldn't quite find it. They have a really creepy bassinet gravestone marker that's shaped like like an empty bassinet with a pillow for a baby inside of it, and it's all kind of faded now and stuff too, and it's super creepy.
We didn't find it today, but we've seen it before. It's there.
We'll find it again.
So if you enjoyed watching Dan try to outrun death at the cemetery, maybe hit subscribe. If you just want to wish him a happy birthday, hit subscribe.
Right? 50th birthday. That's pretty incredible. And, you know, very brave to spend it in a graveyard. So, yeah, reward that. Give us a subscribe. You'll know about all the weird things we do as soon as we do them. And that's pretty cool, too.
And now...
Let's frost the cake.